Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into my book chat. I'm host Melody McAllister, and I'm so glad you're tuning in live or watching the replay. You can find my book chat lives and replays on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and now on LinkedIn. I want to give a special shout out to 3 Facebook communities that we're live streaming through: the Alice Keeler Teacher Tech, Rachelle Dene Poth Thrive in Edu, and the EduMatch Facebook communities. I also want to thank the sponsor of tonight's book chat, EduMatch. EduMatch connects educators around the world with similar passions and interests who wish to grow and expand their learning. And I want to give a shout out to EduMatch author and community member, Dr. Joy, I got to find her book, who this past week delivered the commencement speech at her alma mater high school. And she also was awarded high honors, and she's the author of this book. And I also want to give another shout out to author and community member, Alexis Terry, because today is her 3rd bookversary for Real Love. So shout out to both of you. And this book chat is special because we are all EduMatch authors, including myself, and we're going to be sharing about our books and where you can find us at the ISTE conference coming up in a couple of weeks. The EduMatch community is strong thanks to the founder and CEO, Dr. Sarah Thomas, and her vision to begin this community a few years ago. Dr. Sarah was on my book chat recently with her release, Sarah the Teacher's Guide to Podcasting, and tonight she returns to share about a new self-publishing course that actually begins right after we get off of this chat. And authors Mandy Freilich, Rachelle Dene Poth, and Dr. Matt Rhoads will also be sharing about their books and where we can find them at ISTE. But Doc, we have no time to waste. Tell us what's up.
Hey, hello, Melody. Thank you so much for having me on here. I'm super excited to be here. And hello to everyone who is watching as well. Hey, I see Rachelle. Hey, Rachelle. Yeah. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, I get to see you in a few minutes too. So, yes, indeed. So, hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Sarah, and like Melody said, I'm the founder and CEO of EduMatch, as well as all of the things you see on the green tile below. And I'm super excited to be here and to share about some really cool things that are popping off in just a little bit. So thank you so much, Melody.
Yeah, and I just dropped some links and I accidentally just posted them just a second ago. So you have been busy, like really busy. Tell us, well, do you first want to tell us where we can find you at ISTE, or do you want to talk about your new course first?
Yeah, I'll tell you about where I'll be at ISTE. So this year I'm going kind of more as an attendee, and I will be soaking up the learning. But one thing that I'm really excited about is that we have partnered with Tech, and they are doing a social event that we've partnered with them on, as well as several other organizations. Shout out also to Educator Alexander. We are co-sponsoring the karaoke portion of the evening. So that should be a lot of fun. You know, we love karaoke. You know, it's something that we do with EduMatch very often. I think the last time I did karaoke was actually with you, Melody, when we went to, we went to Nashville, and Rachelle was there, and yeah, and Alexis and Joy, Dr. Joy that you shouted out, they were all there, and we had a great time. And there were more people too, but right now I'm drawing a blank.
No, I think that was it. You named them all. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited to, bring back the karaoke to EduMatch. It's something that we've been missing a lot during the pandemic. So, very, very thrilled and honored to bring that back.
So you probably already said this, but when is the event? What day is it?
Yeah, so the event is Monday night at I want to say 5 p.m. Yeah, Rachelle, we do need to go back. yeah, but it's Monday night at 5 p.m. I believe at Harp and Crown is the name of the venue. So yeah, so hopefully people have already signed up, and
I'm gonna be there.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yes.
So excited.
I should ask this to everybody. Mandy just put this in the private chat. She wants to know, and I do too now, what is your song? What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh man. Okay, so my 3rd song is always my best song, and that is Skyfall, but I can only do it like if I'm warmed up and if I have a little liquid courage going on, because otherwise it's just not going to sound right. So
I hear you. Yeah. There's no shame. I love it. And so that's your 3rd song.
That's my 3rd song. Yeah. Always kick things off with some TLC, then maybe some Alanis or some En Vogue, depending on what they have in their catalog. And then Skyfall is number 3.
Awesome. Awesome. And I think that Mandy is requesting that you sing Waterfalls. And that's, I love that song. So if you need anybody we could probably sing it with you if you wanted to. That was my senior year. Was it
Yes.
your year too?
99 was, yes, class of 99.
All right. That's where you can find all of us. We're going to be Monday night at the tech event that also EduMatch is sponsoring, and Dr. Educator Alexander is also sponsoring. That's so wonderful. Now we want to know about the self-publishing course that's going to start like in less than an hour. Is it too late to sign up, Dr. Sarah Thomas?
It is not too late to sign up. And guess what? It's never too late to sign up. But if you want to have access to the courses as they go live and you have the option to ask your question and have your question answered in real time, then, I would suggest signing up sooner rather than later, because if you do so before we get started, then you'll have the full 5 classes where you can ask your questions. But even if you sign up later and you have some questions, then we do have a Discord community that you'll see, and you can pop in and ask your questions there. And we also have more courses coming down the pike. So this one is just like kind of an overview. And then afterwards, we'll do like deeper dives. But this one will tell you what you need to get started. And let's see, there's also private tutoring available. So yeah, and we also have
Really?
Yeah, there is. So there's some private tutoring spots available. But yes, Elizabeth, I can't wait to see you there. Yes, let's go. Let's do this.
I don't know about this private tutoring. That's really cool. Like, okay, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's limited availability. But folks can sign up if they have if they want to book an hour with me, then I'll be offering that as well. That's an add-on. But definitely if you want like more personalized support, then I'll be happy to walk people through. So just contact info@edumatch.org and we'll get something on the books.
Awesome. And I just dropped the link to the self-publishing course, and you also have a workbook that's out. And
Yes.
following my TikTok, I got confused with the workbook and the course, but the workbook is $9.99. The course is not, but still
Right.
affordable.
Yeah, I feel you. But I think like with the information in the course, even though the course is a little bit more expensive, then it's exponential what you can get out of it. Because I mean, you'll have this information, and a lot of times when you try to find the information by yourself, it is out there, but there's not always good information. And in addition, there's a lot of conflicting information. So like I like to say, I made a mistake so you don't have to. So I lost the money so you don't have to. So this is actually a money saver, and especially if you plan on writing multiple books, then this is it's hopefully
It's worth
worth
it.
it.
It's
Yeah.
totally worth the investment. And I know Dr. Joy is going to be there. We talked earlier. She's going to be there. And we were talking about how we're going to hold each other accountable, because I wrote another children's book 2 years ago. I've put it on the back burner. And now that, EduMatch has taken a pause on publishing, you guys are the only people I want to publish with anyway. So I might as well just do it myself now that you're doing this. So I'm going to, but we're going to hold each other accountable. You also have this workbook out, and you said that everybody who signs up for the course everybody who pays for the course, there's a difference, is going to get this for free.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 payment options, because we definitely want to make it monthly. Like I know, with 2 installments, sometimes that helps me. So, we have that option available. We also have the pay all at once option available. And if you choose the latter, then you get the workbook for free. And for anyone else who's interested, it's on the site. It's a digital download. It's just $9.99. And that helps you kind of organize your journey and getting your book out there.
Awesome. And it's digital, so I can download it. I can get it tonight, download it, and be ready to use it for the first course.
Absolutely.
I love this. And Elizabeth says, I think this is going to be more like a party. And I agree. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Me too. I can't wait to learn with everyone. Like this is just going to be so cool.
Yes, I am so excited. And I told myself this summer, I am going to focus on my writing and getting my work out. So this couldn't be at a better time, selfishly for me anyway. Where else can we find you at ISTE?
So at ISTE, I'm going to be kind of all over the place. Like, I've been resurrecting my old blog post recently. And spoiler alert for anyone who signed up for my newsletter, which you can do at sarahtheteacher.beehive.com. Last week, I dropped the Introvert's Guide to Conferences I wrote back in 2014, but the information is still relevant. This week, aka tomorrow, I'm going to drop kind of a follow-up about how to manage, the stress of ISTE, because it can be a lot. So yeah. So pretty much I don't know where I'll be at ISTE. I only know a few blips and pieces, but I purposely kept my schedule kind of clear. One place that I'll be is at the tech booth to sign copies of my book. But other than that, I'm going to be popping into presentations as I can, and just getting to soak it up and learn from all of you. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, can't wait
Okay,
to see
I'm
everyone.
I'm gonna bring my copy so you can sign it. Okay, I'm bringing
All
this.
right.
When
Yes.
do you know what day you're going to be at the booth signing?
Yeah, it'll be on Tuesday at, let me see, I'll pull up the time right now. Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern
Awesome.
Standard Time.
Awesome. All right. I will be there hopefully and if yes, you were going to sign my copy. I'm so excited. Do you want to mention,
Me
I know
too.
this is putting you on the spot. Do you want to mention anything about EduSnaps too or no?
Yes, so
Okay.
that dropped today. We do an anthology every year. We missed 2021, but as y'all know, that was a crazy year with a lot going on. But we've done it every year since 2016. And just put a poll out in the community today to see if our members wanted to do it, because everything we do is pretty much community driven. So, and people were enthusiastic about it, got over 70 responses and counting. So yeah, so super excited to see what folks do. But yeah, if you're not already part of the Facebook EduMatch community, then please join us there. We are a friendly bunch. So if you go to Facebook/group/EduMatch fam, then you'll be able to find us, and then from there you'll be able to see all the info about the EduSnap. Uh-huh.
Facebook.com/groups/EduMatch fam. Okay, I
Right, that's
just
correct.
dropped it. And if you want to put the newsletter link into the private chat at some point while we're on, I will drop that as well because I'm subscribed to your newsletter. It's a good one. Okay, that is wonderful. I want to make sure that I got everything, all the information. I said, how else can we find your book? We can find it on the EduMatch, which I'm going to drop that link as well. We can find it at the EduMatch, and you can find it on Amazon. Is there any other
Right.
way that you want to talk about finding your book?
Barnes and Noble. And in addition, if folks want to buy in bulk and maybe do a book study or something like that, then if you just go to I'll drop the link in chat, but bit.ly/edumatch bulk, then we'll get you 20% off if you buy
Ooh.
quantities of 10 or more. Yes, indeed.
Wow. Well, I want you to know I'm doing a podcasting. Rachelle and I are doing a podcasting on Sunday, and this is going to be part of the resources. And I will tell everybody to go to Text Booth to get this, yes, signed by you. So,
Thank
yes,
you.
congratulations on everything. I look forward to seeing you. It's funny because the first time I met you in real life was in Philly 4 years ago.
Yes, it was. It's crazy how time flies.
Yeah, our 4-year anniversary. I'm so
Yes,
excited.
indeed. Me too. Me too. It's been a great 4 years.
It has. And we're going back. Okay, great. You just dropped. Okay, I am dropping all the links really quick. Actually, I'm not doing that very good, so I will drop the links when I'm not trying to also talk at the same time. Okay, I am going to bring up the next person. Sarah, do you mind if I drop you under and then bring you back up at the end? All right.
Yeah,
So
totally cool.
that's so stupid how I say that, but you guys know it. Okay. I'll see you soon.
All
Our next person is a dear friend of mine, and she knows that I am really crazy, and she's used to it already. My dear friend Mandy Freilich, she is the COO of EduMatch Publishing, among all the amazing things that she does. And I have all of her books. I don't have your workbook. I have all of
That's right.
these. I have two Reignite. We should do a book if I'm thinking about doing a book giveaway because you sent me one that was signed and I bought one. So I have two Reignites. Yes.
That was nice of you.
Yeah,
You're so good at supporting everybody like that.
I love you guys, and the EduMatch community is my favorite community, and it has helped me to become who I am. And without you and Dr. Sarah Thomas, I wouldn't even be live streaming right now. So Yeah, I appreciate both of you. So tell us a little bit about all the good things that are coming up in your life, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Just in general or for oh, just in general. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I've had a lot of really like awesome things happen in the last month. The first thing I think that one of the most exciting things for me is that I was finally able to convince a university to create an SEL minor for education students. And so it will be a SEL minor and then also an online graduate certificate as well. So I've had lots of interest in creating the graduate certificates. They're actually all over the place, the SEL graduate certificates. But this is, to my knowledge, the first SEL minor all over.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about that. That was honestly, it was one of my life goals because I really feel like as an elementary teacher, there was absolutely no reason for me to have a communication minor. So to be able to have that SEL minor would have really set me up a lot better for going into the classroom, So I'm excited about that. I just took a very part-time job through a school district that is director of innovation and philanthropy. That's going to be amazing and so much fun. That goes to the board soon. And then I also just signed a contract with Solution Tree to publish another book. So that's some of the things I have going on.
Well, congratulations on all of that. And really quick, what does the COO of EduMatch Publishing do?
Oh my gosh. So I do some of my favorite things with EduMatch. I think I feel like if I had to put I don't know, what I like indicators on my job description, it would be coming up with like processes and policies and really providing like structure to things. That's kind of my favorite thing to do. And so Sarah might say, "Hey, I am thinking about doing this," and I'll be like, "Here are all the pros and cons," or more likely, she'll say, "Here are all the pros," because she's one of the most positive people I know, and I'll be like, "Yeah, but here are all the cons." So that's how we work in tandem. So that's kind of what I do. It's probably one of my biggest strengths is to do stuff like that, and so I really enjoy it.
I love that. Okay, and I know you're going to be at the tech event. So
yes,
what is your go-to karaoke song?
So it is somehow kind of become Britney Spears, "Hit Me Baby One More Time," whatever that song is. I don't know how it became that, but it did. Mainly I can do the moves, so I think that's probably how,
That's awesome. Not
yeah.
everybody can say that. I would pay to see this, so I will be there to watch you sing that. This is great. Okay, where can we find you at ISTE?
Well, I feel like I'm going to be all over, but not in the same way that Sarah is. Sarah has like actual scheduled things she has to be at. I'm just floating. So I have a 1:30 book signing with Tech on Tuesday. I'll be doing
all your books.
That's a really good question. I really haven't asked Sarah yet which books are going to be there, so I'm not sure.
It could be The Fire Within.
It could be. It's going to be a surprise to everybody. Yeah, any of those. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It was Matchbook. It was the one you don't have. So it was the journal. So yeah, so I'll give you one while we're there.
I will for sure get that. Yes.
But I'm also going to be doing a half-hour condensed version of the session that I did yesterday for Tech, which is about on students and anxiety in the classroom. So I'll be doing that presentation at the Tech booth as well.
Okay, so since you said that, when is this at the Tech booth on anxiety?
It'll be at 1:30 on Tuesday, and we'll be sending out marketing materials on those things.
I highly, highly recommend this course. If you pay attention to my Twitter, you will. I had quote tweeted and shared a lot about Mandy's course yesterday. It's great. I think it's something that we all really need to be more aware of. And something that she mentioned yesterday is that we don't go through. We're not mental health experts, but we are expected to know so much more than what we're prepared to. And a lot of us just learned like as we're going. And so what she shared yesterday at this course and what she's going to share hopefully at tech, at the tech booth is just, it's phenomenal information. And I highly, highly recommend it. So thank you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Where else can we find your books?
So all the book places, so Barnes & Noble, Amazon, our EduMatch website has them as well. And, you know, then some like indie bookstore type things online too. So if you have any questions about the books, you can find them on my website, www.divergentedu.com. And there's a list with all of the information about the books. And of course, Melody wrote for The Fire Within, which is our origin story, is writing for The Fire Within. So that information's on there as well.
I love that. And that's how we did get our beginning. And again, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for that book and the EduMatch community. So thank you so much. I'm excited to see you again. And just like Sarah, it's our 4th year anniversary of meeting in real life in Philly. So yeah. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to share before I bring up another guest?
Well, I think one thing I would like to share is that we are putting together a schedule of presenters for the tech booth, actually. So I will be doing that short presentation on anxiety, but we will have other EduMatchers presenting as well. So please do watch the EduMatch socials for schedules of all of the amazing presentations that we will be having. And then you can find the tech booth at 1114 in the expo hall.
Okay, tech booth. I can't type very quickly because I get nervous, but it's 1141.
1114.
Oh gosh. Okay.
1114.
1114. Okay, I'm putting that in the comments, and I'm actually going to write up all of this stuff. It's so I will be blogging and sharing everybody's newsletter links, where you can get their books. It's good that we're talking about it, but so if you want to make sure that you have all of this information, I'm going to be following this up with the blog that I will put out tomorrow. So you will get to have all of that information. Mandy, thank you so much for coming back onto my book chat. I've had you on here. Probably you were one of the first guests that I ever had. I appreciate your support so much and love all of your work. And Elizabeth, watching, you will get that extra copy of Divergent EDU or Reignite the Flames, whichever one I have, it's yours. All right. So I'll be bringing that to ISTE with me. All right. So I'm going to bring up our next guest and I will see you very soon again if you don't go away. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Dr. Matthew Rhoads, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here, and it's our first time really chatting outside of social media, so definitely excited to connect.
Yes, and it's so funny. We were talking before we went live that we've been in the same physical place. We've just never met. So hopefully at ISTE, we're going to make this like in-person meeting finally, right?
For sure, yeah. I mean, we're going to be at a lot of the same events. I'm going to be at the EduMatch event and tech event on Monday evening, and so I hope to see every one that's there. It's going to be fun to connect with co-authors, EduMatchers that I've been talking with for the last 3 years or so, finally in person, and it's going to be something that will be a fun evening and just see how it goes.
Yeah, well, since this is your first time on my book chat, before I ask you your karaoke song, so I'm hoping that you're thinking about that. Before I ask you your go-to, tell us a little bit about your background, and then I'm going to showcase your books. And I'm going to have you on another book chat just to talk about your books.
Yeah, so I focus on all the instruction and tech integration for a consortium of adult schools, which are about 5,000 to 7,000 students. From nursing to ESL, high school diploma, to coding classes, computer classes, wide variety of different disciplines. And I do all the professional development, coaching, a little bit of IT and LMS management. And then I have another role at a couple universities. I work for San Diego State in the dual language English language learner department. I work with new teachers, supervising them, coaching them, as well as faculty, coaching them on use of ed tech. Wow. And then I work for another university where I oversee research for doc students. So definitely really busy, always learning new things, writing new things. And maybe that's probably why I like writing books. So
I love it. And you are currently, you've got a lot of books. You've got a lot of work going on. So when you're at ISTE and you're at that tech event, now is the time that you are the big reveal. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it just depends. Welcome to the Jungle. I would say. I would also say a couple Queen songs here and there, or even depending on how the night goes, Britney Spears, Lucky Song. I don't know, but just depends on.
Okay. I will pay you $10 or buy you 2 drinks if you will sing Britney Spears Lucky. Seriously.
Oh man, I haven't done that in years, so it's gonna definitely be something that's gonna have to convince me. Oh, drinks are free, says Mandy. So
that is awesome. I did not expect that. So wonderful. Okay, tell us where we can find you at ISTE.
So I will be at the tech event on Monday, but I'm presenting on Wednesday morning at 8:30, and it is about supporting new educators in delivering instruction and planning. So it's going to be a forum event, and really the goal is to deep dive into some case studies that a lot of coaches and instructional leaders face all the time with new teachers, and how can we find, work together and find strategies to help support teachers and do it in a way that is sustainable and, hopefully builds them up versus bringing them down. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and just collaborating with coaches and people that are working with new teachers, or even teacher leaders as well. So it's going to be something that I'm really looking forward to presenting.
Yeah, awesome. That is great. Now tell us how we can get your books. And you know what? I didn't let you talk about your books. If you want to tell us about these 2 books that I have in my hand.
Yeah, so one of them is an EduMatch book, Instruction Without Boundaries. I did with Shannon Moore and Janelle McLaughlin. Both are fantastic educators and are working with a wide group of educators, secondary and elementary, and then educational leaders. And then the other book that I wrote is Christian from the Start, 50 Tips for New Teachers, which is done by a number of EduMatchers, including myself, Kevin Leichman, Casey Jacobowski, and Samantha Feisch, all published under school rubric. So we came together for that project. And I also have my AMP Global series with Becky Lim, which the 3rd book is coming out in July. Just had a final cover work with Sarah on it. So we're very excited about that. And that one's going to be on computer science, STEAM, and robotics.
Wow.
So I'm really excited about that book. It's been definitely a long time coming, but it's educators from around the world are sharing how they're utilizing instructional strategies along with ed tech for all these various disciplines in these books. And this one's focused on those 3 areas. So definitely looking forward to that. And yeah, that's kind of a number of my books. Focus a lot on ed tech instruction. One that's coming out in the future will be on instructional coaching and co-teaching. So things that I do on a daily basis. So really excited about those, but those won't be coming for a while. But those are a lot of things what I'm doing, and definitely just like to have my nose in a lot of different things in education so I can learn new things and support the teachers that I'm currently working with.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. You are so smart. Like the stuff that you offer, that is wonderful. And I say that because Elizabeth just said that she will double what I did so that you will still sing Lucky at ISTE. That's all I'm saying. I was just gonna we gotta see all sides, all sides. So Dr. Matt Rhoads, what does being part of the EduMatch community mean for you?
Well, I just think it's just about connectiveness. I mean, I just was able to, meet people that have similar interests in me, as well as a lot of same passions and purpose. And ultimately, through collaboration, we've been able to, make an impact through our community, as well as in our local and global professional learning network. So it's just been fantastic to connect. And I think, really big element of EduMatch is that connectiveness to grow and learn together. And that's essentially what it's been. And it's a great group to be a part of.
I love it. And I'm so glad that you're a part of it. And I can't wait to meet you in person at ISTE soon. And I know I'm going to meet you in person. Like, I'm going to make sure that it happens. I'm not going to let this go. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to put you down. I will bring you back up. We will see you in again momentarily. All right.
All right.
I know.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. All right. And yay. I'm so glad you were able to make it, Dr. Rachelle Dene Poth. You are amazing. Always doing something. How are you tonight? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Catch my breath.
Yeah, you've been running around like crazy. So I'm so glad you were
know.
able to make it. And
Me
I
too.
actually have a graphic that I'm going to pull up in just a second to find where you are. But if you've been listening, do you have a karaoke song, a go-to karaoke song?
I have been listening. I've been listening via the car, like my phone, and then through the house, and listening to Sarah talk about Nashville and the karaoke. So I never really did a lot of karaoke, but I remember ISTE 2019, Sarah had the karaoke room, and I had finished up a day of presentations. So I was still dressed in my dress and found myself in this karaoke room and did some Eminem songs, which surprised everybody. Yeah. But when we were in Nashville, I didn't sing. I just left it to the pros. So there's that. And then locally with a friend, I have been known to join in, maybe lip syncing on the Killers' Mr. Brightside song once in a while. So,
well, you are full of surprises.
I know. Yeah. But I do like a good Alanis Morissette, and I don't know, not that I'm good at it, but
So that's really cool, because do people ever say that you remind them of Alanis Morissette?
at some point, either that or Violet from The Incredibles. I don't know.
Nice. All right. I love it. So tell us, oh gosh, I'm going to start coughing. Do you want me to pull up your graphic as you tell us where you're going to be?
I will be on skates or a Segway or something, just moving around all over the place. You'll see me zipping all over the place, but I don't think I know ISTE any other way. Like, it's just, and I didn't put everything on there. I just put like the key things on there too, but there's some really awesome events happening. I mean, the whole conference, there's been a lot of people having conversations about like, I don't know what sessions to go to. I don't know where to spend my time. And it's no matter what you decide, you can't go wrong. Just don't stress yourself out if you're intending to go to one session and on the way there, you get stopped by somebody you've never met in person, or you walk past a playground, or, hey, the ISTEverse, which is like a 3-day event full of augmented virtual reality, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like things like that. There's just opportunities everywhere. And I know Mandy was talking about presentations from tech at the booth and some different booths like that. Like, I don't know. I'm excited to see friends in all of those spaces, and then also to get a chance to see friends present and learn from them. But I'll be in a lot of different spaces, kicking it off with you though. So hopefully the plane is on time, and I'll make the mad dash to registration and dive right into our session on Sunday, which I'm super excited about. That's going to be a really great session. So
yes,
and then it's just go.
You know what, on Sunday, it looks like that's your most low-key day, but y'all, I want to say something, because this has never happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you, Rachelle, but our engaged learners with live streaming and podcasting on Sunday is sold out. Every single seat is taken. It was a pre-register only. It is sold out. I'm so excited. Yes. So we will be together. This will be our first time presenting together, and I'm really super excited about that.
I know. Yes. Yeah. I kept looking at the numbers because for some of them you can see the registrant list. Mm-hmm. And the last time I had checked, it was like 120 some were signed up for that session on Sunday. And so hopefully the room is big enough, and that's good. I mean, you never know what to expect, because it's not totally like the start of the conference yet, but
right.
I know maybe a couple of years ago, there were times where there were just people lined out the doors to get into some of these, the sessions. So
yeah,
that's exciting. I know it's exciting, and it makes us nervous, right? Like,
gosh. It's going to be chaotic. It's a deep dive learning lab. It's going to be so fun and chaotic and ridiculous. I can't wait. But your other sessions are like sold out too. You've got like a million So you're used to people lining up around the door. I am not, but this is wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to stop sharing this. I hope you took a screenshot if you want to find Rachelle at all her places. How can we find your amazing books? I only have 3. You've got a ton of books, but you've got your ISTE book, which will probably be there. Then this is a book that you let me be collaborating in, True Story. And then, of course, Unconventional. Yes. And you have more, but how can we find your books?
Super easy. It's they're all on Amazon. and 4 of them are with EduMatch, which is awesome. Of course, I heard you talking about publishing before, and it's just been such a great experience with Dr. Sarah and everybody in the EduMatch family. Just to, I mean, publishing your first book and then to have that support throughout. And so to find my books, you can go to Amazon, but it's my last name, Poth Books. Very original, easy for me to remember.
Is that your correct Bitly?
I think that is, yeah.
Okay.
I try to make it so I can remember, like, what's the session on? SEL, Poth SEL, AI, Poth AI, ARVR. Can you guess it?
Poth
ARVR.
ARVR. Yes, I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
It's
if I have
good.
a survey, I add on a number 1 after it. So
That's great. All right. And I think Elizabeth, yes, Elizabeth, you need a bigger bookshelf. Are you going to be doing any book signings at ISTE?
Yeah, I have a couple. I will be at the Robotical with Marty the Robot booth on, I got to get my day straight. I'm pretty sure it's on Tuesday. I'll also be with Matata Lab and CoSpaces EDU to do some, and then some other pop-ups along the way as well.
Awesome. Well, this is great. Thank you so much. I'm going to drop you down and then I'm going to drop you down and then bring you up. Okay. I am so sick of saying that. I'm not going to say it anymore. You're going to come back. You're going to come back and I'm going to pull up Mandy again. She's going to facilitate a little bit with me. So we'll see you again. Thank you for sharing. And I'm so glad you were able to make it. And I can't wait to see your face and hug you. Okay. Yay. So we'll see you again very soon. All right, Mandy, thank you.
You literally giggle every time you say, I'm going to drop you down.
I know.
You're going down.
It just sounds terrible. Why can I not find, I've been doing this for a long time. Why can I not find a better way to say this?
I'm going to put you in the green room.
Oh, God. I'm going to start saying that for sure. That sounds so professional.
I wish I would have told you, actually. I wish you would have just continued to say, you're going to go down.
Well, probably I will continue to do that, but I will strive to talk about the green room. So, and I got to mute myself. I'm going to cough. I've been holding this cough in. Hold on.
All right.
Sorry about that. Okay. It's getting better. All right. So do you mind asking, so that I don't sit there and talk about myself, ask me some questions?
I would love to ask you some questions. My first question is, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Okay, my go-to karaoke song is anything Madonna. I think that my favorite one to sing, but probably the worst one I should never sing, is Like a Prayer. But if I have enough drinks in me, I will do it, and I love it. And I love 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton is another one. I love to sing that. So those two are tied, but the Madonna in me is very strong. So I tend to, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tend to go with Madonna. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, thank you. And if you, I will definitely be at that tech event. I'm also going to be at the Spaces EDU booth 2157. Curapod is going to share our booth with us. So we're going to have 2 different companies in that booth. And I'm going to do some playground stuff on Sunday and Wednesday about student publishing. Donnie Piercy is going to join me on Wednesday. I'm really excited about that, about student podcasting. And it's funny because when they ask me, I love this stuff. I'm actually going to teach a class in the fall about elective with middle schoolers. I'm so excited. Middle school has been, so we're going to be talking about student publishing and podcasting. And then I do one session with Rachelle on Sunday, and then another one on Tuesday, I believe, with Dr. Alexander and Victoria Thompson. And we're going to be talking about the ISTE standards and how there's a lot of equity if you implement those through the years or through the school year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I feel like this ISTE experience, 4 years ago, Mandy, I don't know if you remember when we first met, but I was a little intimidated.
That was dumb.
It was
fun. That was not right.
It was so dumb. And now 4 years later, I consider you and Dr. Sarah and Rachelle and Matt, you're going to be a close friend, but you guys are some of my closest friends. A lot of the weirdness that happens in my life. That's how close we are. So I think it's really incredible that we're returning to the scene that really sparked a lot of stuff for me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, I think Philly is Philly's probably not my favorite conference venue, but I do love the city of Philly. I mean, I'm there once a month, just about, working with their school district, so I should probably love it. But I do remember meeting you, and I think it was right after I'd just done, like, I'd gone rogue and just took over this part of ISTE and did
Yes,
a session. And you were, I can't remember if you were at the session or we met you
I
right
was.
after or whatever, but
I was there.
yeah,
I was
that was so
there.
sweet of you to go.
Yeah, I
But
love it. Yeah, and
that's
that
great.
it's going to be. And then how can we I love this. Thank you for doing this awkward part with me, because this is, I
That's
don't
fine.
normally talk about my own books, but I want to say something. So the very first thing that I ever got to be published was, and I put the book away here, it was The Fire Within with Mandy. So this is special, okay?
Mhm.
And then that gave me the courage to ask her, hey, I wrote this story with my fifth graders years ago. And she said, submit
Mhm.
it. So I did, and that is one of my dreams come true. Is I'm Sorry story was published through EduMatch, and it looks a little funky because it is the dyslexia font, and my mission is to be inclusive in everything I do, including the books that I have. And so without you, Mandy, this would not have happened. Without Dr. Sarah Thomas, this wouldn't have happened. And one thing leads to another. That's why the EduMatch community is so important to me, and I will always be loyal. And actually, Spaces EDU, I will be doing a book signing at the Spaces EDU booth on Tuesday at 2 p.m. There, I went. so you can get this. That means they are gifting. You don't have to pay for it. You can also find this on Amazon, and I will drop all the links when I write this up. But it is so wonderful. It wasn't out 4 years ago. So I've had this book for 3 years ago, but 4 years ago when I first met everybody from EduMatch, I didn't have this book. So again, this is really special for me. And do you want to say something?
Well,
This is
and
my youngest. What
I wanted
we
to
gonna-
say too, like, I actually disagree with you when you say, it's all because of you guys, that whatever. Like, had you not written it and then actually did the brave thing of submitting it, it wouldn't have mattered what we did. So I think, credit goes out to you, and, putting yourself out there. That is, I think one of the things that I've learned in being in this position is that there's two things that people, they want to do but struggle with. And one is being vulnerable enough to put their stuff together. And then it's actually finishing the stuff that they want to do. And so you did both those things. And so I think that you get all the credit for that book.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say all the credit, but I will say that this community really, really, really gave me a lot of courage, and I love being a part of it. Okay, and thank you. And this little guy right here that just came on, I was pregnant with him when all of this was going on, and it was like the longest pregnancy in the history of the world. But yes, and I want you to know, Elizabeth, that I will be wearing my 80s hair at that tech event. She challenged me. I will. And Elizabeth, you are inspiring. Thank you so much.
Challenge her. You don't even need to challenge her. You just have to mention the 80s. I knew when somebody said roller skating that it was all over. Melody was going to show up in roller skates. I think Rachelle said that. Melody's going to show up in roller skates and her big
yes.
bow.
We'll see my big bow, my big Madonna bow. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to bring up the whole gang now. The whole gang is here. And y'all, I am so grateful that you joined me today with this special book chat. And you guys are amazing, incredible leaders in education. And, something that I like to do on my book chat is I want to ask everybody, like, what is some wisdom you'd like to share? Because we are whole people. There are things going on around the world that sometimes we don't always have the platform. And so I like to share my platform with everybody. It doesn't have to be about education, or it can be. So before we close, I'd like to give you an opportunity to just share whatever's on your heart. And anybody can go first.
No pressure.
That's not a lot of pressure.
I'll go first. I'll be like the backup dancer, backup singer doesn't say. So what's on my heart? Oh, it made it like real deep there in that one. It's just the importance of being connected with people. I think more than anything, like I mean, every single one of us, no matter if we're in education or what, and all of us sitting here together right now, we have tremendous stress. We take on so much all the time. And even when we're supposed to take a break, like we don't. at all. Like everything and everybody else comes before us. But I think what gets us through that, at least what I've noticed over the past X amount of years that I've been involved in the EduMatch community and being connected with different people I've met through EduMatch, and then of course at karaoke and so forth, is like, we need those connections and we need to model that for our students, because when we have those challenges and tough times, we need to be able to reach out to somebody. And it's like, the work that we do is important, but it's also important that we have fun and take breaks. And sometimes you need people and spaces to remind you of that. And so when you have a chance, whether it's in person or virtually, like if you aren't the one that needs to reach out, like check in on people, because you never know, they just might need to hear from you that day. And it's just like, it's going to make a difference. So I'm putting on my listening lips.
No, I love that. And I love even, and you know what, if you're like, if that's great wisdom. And I'm so glad. And you talk about this all the time. When you go to these big conferences, the best part of it is really connecting with other people. The sessions are great, but it's really making the time to connect with others. That's the most important. So that may be something that you guys want to share, your tips on how to survive this ISTE conference. If you've never been, it is huge. It can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
You go ahead, Doc.
All right. So just what's on my mind right now is that I'm just, celebrating with a lot of teachers that are done this week. I think it was a really hard year for many teachers across the United States. I'm very happy that and celebrating that my wife is done today. It's her last day. So I'm celebrating for her. I know that very resilient year. And just appreciate everyone that's just finishing, and just celebrate yourself and take some time for yourself and do your thing. Because teaching isn't easy. It's one of the hardest professions. And I hope that, anyone that is finishing up the school year right now is really celebrating themselves and, giving them a pat on their back. So.
Yeah, that is excellent. I definitely second that. So, my husband's actually on his last day of school as well. So this is like a great last day for a lot of people, but definitely want to second everything that's been said so far. And I also want to just, one thing that it took me a few days to realize my very first time that I went to ISTE is that it's okay to show up and be your full self, and walk in that space. Because you don't have to impress anybody, just find your folks, connect with them, and enjoy. That's what it's all about.
Okay, so I'll go off that just a little bit, but I think from a practical standpoint, I would always recommend bringing really comfortable shoes to ISTE, but particularly in the Philadelphia Conference Center. Like, it is way spread out, so make sure you have really good shoes. The air quality was not awesome out there 2 weeks ago, so make sure that you are bringing things to protect yourself as far as if you have asthma or anything like that. But otherwise, I used to go to these conferences and present quite a bit. And I think over time, what I came to realize was when I got the most out of a conference, it was when I sat down and I actually just talked to people and, learned what other people had to say outside of the course of like a normal presentation. And I think, like Sarah said, you have to show up and you don't have to show up, but you can show up and be your whole self and nobody's going to judge you. But I think too, finding out what is it that you really want to get out of this conference? Like, what is it that you're looking to come away with? Is it those connections or, learning something or whatever it is? And then do that no matter what anybody else is doing. So I think that would probably be what I would give for advice.
I love that. And I just want to say, and I want to respect everybody's time, because number one, I want to join that course, that the self-publishing course is just about to start. But 4 years ago, I was in this community, but I was so afraid, like, to put myself out there. I know, Mandy, we were just talking about, writing. It was crazy because I saw everybody in person, but I was too afraid to go up to them. And I wish that I had been a little bit more brave. I think community is so important. So I just want to end saying that if you see me, if you see Rachelle, if you see Mandy, if you see Sarah, if you see Matt, and just if you recognize us from, wherever we are on social media, but we haven't met in person yet, I hope that you'll say hi, because people are my favorite, and this community means so much to me. And I want you to be a part of this community, because like we lift each other up. And so that is one thing that we do very well. And so make sure to say hi. I'm going to learn from my own mistakes. If I see you and recognize you, Elizabeth, I want to make sure I meet you for sure. And I've got a book for you. So guys, I'm going to say goodbye. If there's any last things that you want to say, feel free to cut in. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, whether it's the live or the replay. We appreciate you. This book chat was sponsored by EduMatch, and I appreciate y'all so much. And we'll see you very soon at ISTE.
Thank you.